Hello. I had to get out of the house because it was doing my nutting. My left nostrils almost fucking closed up again. Wonderful. My flat's about 4 million degrees, and I've been on the turbo trainer very gently the last couple of days on Zwift, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going out for a gentle, very gentle, no hill climbing bike ride. So that's why I'm not up on the hills and down by the canal. Isn't that beautiful? So, well, there's so much going on, but just a couple of things. This Kamala Harris being picked for vice president run, I think it's a load of bollocks, really. She's got so many skeletons in her closet. Well, they're not even in her closet, they're fucking mainstream news. That she's sent over 1,500 people to prison for smoking weed, but then when she was questioned about it herself, she laughed about it, insinuating that she smokes weed as well. She's called Biden a racist, I believe, on numerous occasions. She's there was a prisoner on death row. I think she hid evidence or something along those lines that could have got him off. Something weird about her. She's quite a pretty little thing, and then she was interviewed on telly about a week ago, and she looks like a fucking demon. You couldn't even see her eyes. They were just black holes in her face. Sharp teeth. Something very, very odd there. Anyway, she ain't the candidate. Biden ain't the candidate. No one's the Candygate. No. So we'll see what happens there. We know they're going to do all they can to disrupt the election. Mail-in voting, fake alien invasion, bring Obama back with Big Mike and Barack, maybe. We don't know, do they? Anyway, pedos are being arrested all around the globe, which is a wonderful thing. 30,000 were arrested in Germany within the last week. Did you know anything about that? Pedos being arrestified. Arrestified? I ain't with it, am I? In the UK, and Spain, all over the globe really. But you don't really hear about it in the mainstream news. Mind you, you don't really hear about any of the truth in the mainstream news. You just hear about what they want to tell you. Right, now, since I said in the last one, all this, the black nobility was taken down 3.5 years ago, or whenever it was the date, and they've been dismantling it ever since. These Phoenicians that come from the west coast of Israel, I think, all around there, somewhere in the Middle East, they sort of reallocated to Venice. And one of the reasons they did that is because when you understand global law at the moment, and how it's not common law, how it's actually admiralty law and the law of the seas, which is why they started it, well, why they allocated in Venice, because it's not on the land, is it, per se? No. So all our laws are admiralty law, and you know, even when you walk into court and you go through that little bit, you're meant to be walking onto the deck and all this sort of stuff, and how, I can't get into it really. I mean, I'm going to have a word with James Wootton. He knows a lot about that. I know a lot about it too, but I'm on the canal bank. I haven't got any fucking thing with me. So that's definitely something to look into. Hopefully this law is all going to be changed back anyway to common law. Harm, loss or injury. Don't fuck about with anyone else or anything anyone else owns. And then we'll all get along fine, won't we? That'd be quite nice. Now, when these Venetians moved there, even long before that, I would imagine, they've been ruling for fucking hundreds of thousands of years or whatever, but, you know, with all this blackmail on Epstein Island, they were, you know, Epstein was just a patsy, given a load of money just to get people onto his island, and whoever's been there, and in other situations all around the globe, no doubt, or on the flat earth, no doubt, they've been pulled into blackmail situations, drugged up, whatever, taking pictures in compromising positions with fucking children, you know, whether they're off their nuts or what, not the kids, obviously, these fucking evil twats. And, you know, whether they do it for fun, they're just fucking psychopath bastards, or whether they are got themselves in too deep. These people have been used to do the bargaining and push the narrative of these 13 families that were in charge. And all these deep state leaders and stuff like that, they're sort of in a panic at the moment because the head's been cut off the snake. I think the people like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all these money masters have been cut off as well. And they're just leaving the puppets now in charge of everything. And the reason they're leaving them there is because these are the ones that are getting more and more panicky with what they're doing, and they're revealing themselves more and more, because the public would say they'd never fucking do that, but they are doing it, and the people are seeing it. You cannot tell people the truth, you have to show them, and the longer it takes you fuckers to get out of your slumber, the longer all these fuckers will be able to fake an alien invasion or push a DNA changing vaccine made with fetal cells and all other sorts of nasty, and mail-in voting, and then one world government agenda, and fear, and panic, and control, and fucking mask wearing, and go to a festival in a fucking sheep pen. For fuck's sake. Anyway, what you'll find out, let's just go, 7 minutes already. Let's just go across it really quick. With this Adrenochrome business, I think it's got out of control. And it's become so big now to keep up with the demand of the people that want to take this fucking shit. And millions of children going missing all the time. 22,000 a day is the last count and the last figures I heard. In fact, everyone's got different figures. But they've had to get Maersk Shipping involved just to get all these kids about. That fucking boggles belief, doesn't it? Boggles belief. Is that a phrase? Fuck knows. But it does, doesn't it? It's too much to comprehend, right? They had to dig a channel into Wuhan, you know, open the fucking Yangtze River up in a 100-mile stretch or something, so they could, you know, where all this adrenochrome is being produced, Wuhan, and shipped all across the world. They can get the big tankers in there now, and not only Maersk tankers, because of the demand for it is so big. They've now got Evergreen tankers shipping it all around the world. And I heard that Walmart, if you can picture this, Walmart was only ever invented not to make money as a business, but to allow all these containers to go globally without all this sort of customs duty and stuff. I think only about 10-20% of containers are ever looked over by customs. If you've got a coloured container that says Evergreen, don't ever look in an Evergreen container, right, and leave Maersk alone as well. You know, it's fucking sad, isn't it? This is why Wayfair, Amazon, Etsy, you know, Wish, and all this lot are involved as well. Don't tell me that's just a load of bollocks, because as soon as it happened, and all the anons started digging them out about it, they changed all the prices, didn't they? People were phoning up Wayfair, asking them questions, getting lots of fucking answers out of them, right? You'll hear that, or you might have heard, that Trump and the White Hats tainted a lot of this adrenochrome in Wuhan with some sort of certain ingredient or something like that, so that when they take the blood of all these fuckers, which they've probably already done, they've already got a lot of their testimonies apparently on, is it on analogue? That's right, and I believe they've done it on analogue, so you can't fake it, you can't do all this CGI and all this sort of bollocks. But a load of their blood is contaminated with this moody adrenochrome, which can be proved in a court of law. So, you know, we hope all that comes out in the future, you know, because if they do shut all the internet down, 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness, who knows? Whether they start broadcasting on the emergency broadcast system to the global TVs, then it'd be worth watching the TV then. All these truths will come out, and all these confessions, you know, George Bush and fucking Tom Hanks and fucking whoever, right? And people will be able to see for their own eyes. Now, I've heard that won't be till next year, but it's always a little bit on, isn't it? But I'm hoping we'll see a lot more before that. Anyway, a lot of us truthers, right, do get frustrated because people just fucking ignore it and do their own thing and won't wake up and won't have a look and won't do their investigation, even if children are involved. You know, and whether you go, oh, I can't look at it, it's too much for me. Right, I think you owe it to people just to have a little bit of a look. And bear in mind, because I don't want to just go in your fucking face with people, I only post the reasonably nice stuff on my Facebook and that. If we were going to start posting all the shit about all them fucking throwing babies about Planned Parenthood and, you know, all the John Podesta torturing that fucking child, shouting at it, you know, what's my real name, I'm Skippy and all that, and the audio or the video of Hillary Clinton doing that fucking snuff stuff. It's too much. I heard that clip for about 2-3 seconds and I knew what it was and I had to turn it off. I can't even remember whether it's the video I saw out of the corner of my eye and I thought I can't look at that. Because they say, don't they, if it ever gets released, right, and you see a video, is a video of Hillary Clinton cutting the face off a small girl, don't watch it. It's too much. The people who know cannot sleep. Love and light. Where we go one, we go all.